I meet a lot of teams and a lot of leaders who think they have really healthy dynamics and they have great meetings. But newsflash, most of the time they're not. Half the team is typically silent because they're scared. The other half is just nodding, just to get out of the room. That's not alignment. That's dysfunction. And let me tell you one of my favorite tools to get through it. I'm Ryan, and I love working with quality humans who want to make a big impact, especially the founders, the CEOs, the leaders who want to build and create high performing teams. And I want to show you one of my favorite tools. And full disclaimer here, this isn't my tool. This isn't something we use at Eightfold Advantage. This is something I picked up from Patrick Lencioni's table group years ago. Hey, if you watch my channel at all, if you've seen me speak at a conference, you know where I stand on this. Debate on a tee is not toxic, but most teams, they either avoid the debate entirely or they confuse artificial harmony for alignment. And when you have a dysfunctional culture, people tend to tiptoe around the hard conversations. They hold back because they don't want to look disloyal or they're worried about any sort of political fallout. So they just walk out of the meeting smiling, right? And then they vent in the hallway or the parking lot. And that's not trust, that's fear. So now let's flip it. A healthy team, entirely different. People respect and trust each other enough to say hard, difficult things. They can argue, they can push, they can challenge. And it's not because they're trying to win a turf war. It's because they care about the idea. They don't really care if it's their plan that wins. They care about the best plan that wins. And that's exactly what this to 5 is for. Look, warning, if you are in a dysfunctional environment where people don't trust each other and it's highly political and there's all sorts of nonsense of drama, this tool might not work super well for you. But if you've successfully created a culture where people respect and trust each other to say difficult things and hard things in truth and love and respect, regardless of where they are in the org chart, good job, by the way, this tool might be a game changer for you. And here's how it works. So let's say that there's a decision on the table that you have to make as a leadership team. Maybe it's going after a rebrand, maybe it's going after an acquisition, or maybe it's something simple like, should we close the office the week after Christmas? So then you're going to say, do we give the team off the week after Christmas? If that's the thing you're voting on. So then on the count of 3, you're going to do it almost like rock, paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3, and they're going to throw a number. So it's 1, 2, 3, throw. They throw 5, best idea they've ever heard. They love it. They will put their kids' future on this. Amazing. Sign them up. If they throw a fist, this means they hate it. They will fight for this if they have to. And if there are numbers in between, like 1, 2, 3, 4, then there's somewhere in the middle. Now, everyone's going to throw at the same time because you don't want them changing their vote based on what other people around them think or what the boss thinks. But then here comes the magic. You have everyone throw. 1, 2, 3, throw. Everyone holds their numbers. And as a leader or as a facilitator of a conversation, you read the room. And you're looking not for the middles. You're not looking for consensus. You're looking for extremes. So you're looking for the people of 5s and you're looking for the people of fists. So you're going to go to the fist, and then might not be a fist, it might be 1, 2, whatever it is. But the outlier on the bottom side, you want to start with them first. Hey, Susan, I see you threw a fist. Why is it that you don't like the idea of giving the team off the week after Christmas? Give the person an unfiltered, open amount of time to contribute to the conversation. The goal is to extract every amount of insight out of them. You don't want them holding back. You don't want them reserving. You don't want them giving 2-word answers. You want them to fully exhaust the reasons and concerns that they have that cause them to have a fist. And if you're a leader facilitating this conversation, your challenge is don't interrupt. Let Susan talk. Don't give her penalties. Don't hold grudges. Don't give accusations. Don't wear your emotions on your sleeve feeling like your feelings are hurt. Let the real, honest feedback come out. Because again, remember, you're not a dysfunctional environment. You're a healthy culture. This should be something you're capable of doing. So Susan says everything she has, every concern, it's now out on the table. And hopefully you foster it where you've got as much information as you possibly can to learn more about Susan's perspective. So then you go to the 5. Hearing Susan's concerns, what do you think we need to rethink? What do we need to adjust? How do you respond? What do you think we should do? Now, here's why this is difficult. On a dysfunctional team, what tends to happen is people will form silos. So the fists get into a little clump, the 5s get into a little clump, and nobody really talks to each other. They just yell and shout, and everyone breaks down and it's dramatic and it's not fun. But in a healthy team, in a healthy culture, these conversations actually pull dialogue out. In a healthy dynamic, the 5 would hear the concerns of the fist and they'd go, you know what? There's actually some really good points that are made that we haven't thought through. And what's crazy is the way the conversation evolves is that the decision that you actually leave with is way better. It's a much stronger decision than what you originally started with. So here's why this works. People want to feel heard. But even if people start off as a fist, they might not ever get to a 5, but they'll know that their voice mattered. And that builds trust. That builds buy-in. So when you run the fist of five in a culture that's deeply rooted in trust, the team doesn't fracture. They don't split apart. They align. They pull together. Look, the only time it's going to blow up is when the culture is already broken, toxic, or dysfunctional. If people are politicking, if they're afraid of reprisals, if loyalty gets confused with silence, that's when you're going to get the entrenchment in the camps, and that's no bueno. But in a healthy environment, I have seen fist of five turn dissent into progress. And honestly, that's why I friggin' love this tool. It surfaces the truth, it sharpens the ideas, and it pulls everyone forward. But look, it only works in a healthy culture. And if you want to learn how to create that kind of culture, where like trust and candor fuels performance, that's exactly what we do at Eightfold Advantage. So I want to hear from you. Leave a comment. Would fist of five be a tool that you could use in your team? Or do you think it would blow things up a bit? So drop a comment, let me know.